Welcome back to Carnivore VP. Today we are going to be making this delicious carnivore pizza calzone stuffed with pepperoni, hot Italian sausage, and creamy gooey cheese. I actually made these earlier as a test run, discovered what not to do, and now re-recording parts of it so that you guys can learn from that. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is make our dough for the calzone. Is going to be some ground chicken, and this actually works out really well. It doesn't taste like chicken. Well, you know, they say like chicken tastes like everything. The consistency, like the springiness of it, turns out like a really good dough. Like I was really impressed with it. But anyways, so 1 pound ground chicken, 2 eggs, 1 whole bag of pork rinds. These are just the fried pork skins and salt, none of the extra ingredients. And this is optional. I don't know that it added a lot of flavor, but I did it in the first run, so I'm going to do it in this run. A little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese. So we're just going to add all of those ingredients, no specific order, to the mixing bowl here. So adding those ingredients to the mixing bowl, we've got the ground chicken, a little bit of the Parmesan, two eggs, and then we're gonna add these. Now, we are not going to just dump this entire thing into that. That obviously wouldn't work. I'm gonna use the, what is this? NutriBullet to turn this into some ground pork rinds to make like a panko breadcrumb texture. I don't know about you guys. Do you ever get tired of the smell of pork rinds? Completely honest. Yeah, it just doesn't even smell good. Anyways, let's do this. And that's what we end up with. I'm using this attachment. I have no idea what it's called, but it works well for this. Add salt. And then we're going to go ahead and form this into a very thin. This is what I learned on the last one. It was too thick. So what we're going to do is smash a quarter of this, 1/4 of it, in between 2 pieces of parchment paper to get it pretty thin, and then we'll add our filling. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, like I said, we're going to take 1/4 of this. This is a mistake I made earlier. I split it into 2 equal sized portions and then did a top and a bottom. That was way too thick of a texture. Actually, you know, let's just go ahead and make 4 equal sized portions. That way we know we're there. That's gonna be a little bit big. Make sure my mic doesn't go into my pocket again. And then form this into a ball, or I guess a patty. Okay, so as you can see here, we're pressing it down, and when I don't have a rolling pin, that would have been perfect for this. But, ooh, I do have this. Not sponsored. Probably not the intended use either, but hey, it'll work, right? Because my biggest problem that I had when I did this earlier was the ratio of the Italian sausage and pepperoni and cheese to the chicken. It just, I'll throw up some B-roll and show you. It just wasn't ideal. There we go. Let's check that out. Beautiful. Look how thin that is. Or if I can get that on the... See how thin? Maybe. Oh, the shadow is fighting me. There we go. See how thin that is? That is going to work much better. So then we are going to load this up. When you think you have enough of the goodies, you don't. Keep going. Some really good pepperoni. Some of that sausage. And then I didn't have any mozzarella cheese, so I'm just using Tillamook, Mexican 4 cheese. Interesting. Can this be folded in half to make a pocket? Did I overfill it? We will see. Oh no. It's okay. Everything's fine. We can fix it. Let's fold this end over. Will you look at that? It halfway looks good. We will address this. I think I got a little bit too carried away with the Element can there on the end. So that is why we have this. Let's see how that looks on the other side. Not too bad. We got a little bit over here. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see, time, 20 minutes, temp. Let it go for a minute to preheat, and then we'll add it in. Open that guy up. Carefully. Yeah, you can see how thin it is when it started to wrinkle up right there. Put that in there. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, so while that is in the air fryer, I just wanted to give you guys an update. Today, I believe, is day 43 or 44 for me on the carnivore diet. And I am so astonished to say that I am now down 22 pounds in that 43, 44 days or whatever it is. I'll have to go back and look. I'll post it here on the video. But I am at the lowest weight I've been in over 10 years. And I feel incredible. And I'm just so thankful to finally find something that works for me. And I want to encourage you that if you are struggling with your weight or struggling with your energy, or for me, it was inflammation. I was in the emergency room twice for inflammation in my feet in a week's time period. And I was like, enough's enough. I got to do something, and went with this extreme elimination diet, and ended up just absolutely loving everything about it. And yeah, it's amazing. So I want to encourage you guys, take control of your health. Yeah, life's good. Appreciate you guys being here, by the way. The response on the bone broth video, last week's video, has been overwhelming. There's been so many kind comments, recommendations, suggestions. I guess that's the same thing as recommendation. There's been over 100 people, like, I say that people, I imagine myself standing in a room with 100 people in front of me, which I'd be a nervous wreck, by the way, have subscribed to this channel. And I just want to say thank you for building this community with me. I want to hear your story. So if you would comment down below why you're looking at carnivore, if you've been on carnivore for a while. And yeah, I want to hear your story. All right, so the air fryer is going here at the 10-minute mark. I'm going to flip it. I'll check in with you guys at that point. All right, so it's actually been in there for about 12 minutes, but will you look how good that's looking so far? So now I'm going to go ahead and take this out, flip it. and put it back in. It's probably, no, just remember, the cheese just needed to melt. The pepperoni obviously doesn't need to be cooked. The sausage I cooked yesterday for this. So all the insides just need warmed up. It's that chicken we're concerned about making sure it's cooked, and at like 20 minutes at 400 degrees, it's going to be cooked. I'm still using a thermometer because I'm that guy. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this flipped and then let it finish up this other 8 minutes and see where we're at. Okay, so this part entirely optional, but I'm going to create a garlic parm sauce or whatever to put on top of the calzone. Of which I'm going to use this garlic parmesan from Kinder's. I am so sad I didn't notice when I started reading the ingredients here. I didn't notice until I already got it home. It has sunflower oil, so I'm going to use this very sparingly. I try not to waste food. It just maybe it can find somebody to give this to, but today I'm going to use it for this. All right, so two things here. Just a little bit more of the Parmesan cheese sprinkled on top. And then, are you really doing carnivore if there's not some Molden finishing salt thrown on top? Okay, so let's go ahead and, I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and cut this open. Will you just look at that? Camera doesn't, oh no, the camera doesn't want to focus. Focus, camera. Got the cheese is completely melted. The sausage, the pepperoni, the right ratio. Look how thick, man, this is hot. Look how thin that crust is. That looks phenomenal. Gotta give it a try now. Okay, like I said, I made this earlier, and the ratio of the, wow, that looks so incredible. The ratio for the filling compared to the dough was just, it was off. There's way too much of the dough. This looks like a legit calzone. All right, so, wow, that's still hot. You see all the pepperoni juice? Oh my. Wow. Okay, complete honesty here. With how the one I made earlier went, I almost just completely scrapped the video. I am glad that I didn't, because this is ridiculous. It tastes like a legit calzone or a pizza pocket. Will you just look at that? If you are craving pizza, this is your fix. Oh my gosh. You can't even taste the chicken at all. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys being here. If you're interested in making this, go ahead and like the video. Let me know down below if you're going to make it, or if you have any recommendations or suggestions. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.